Let me tell you something that sounds like it's straight out of a movie. Globacom, one of Nigeria's biggest telecommunications companies, was hit by a cyber attack in July 2023. It gets even stranger. Following that cyber attack, for about 4 months, Globacom had no access to its emails, lost customer data, and several of the teams in the company were forced to communicate on WhatsApp. Now, I wish I could tell you that this is unprecedented, but this is Africa, and this is the world, and cyber attacks are pretty common. In fact, in August of 2023, MTN admitted that it was hit by a cyber attack. Well, they were forced to, mostly because Anonymous Sudan, a hacker collective, claimed responsibility for that attack. That attack was called a distributed denial of service attack. Think about it like when you have just one door, which is an entrance to a party, and about 3,000 people are trying to get in. It denies people from entering. So what a distributed denial of service attack does is that the cyber attackers pick up these fictitious people or the fake people who really don't want to come to the party, crowd the door, and prevent the actual people who were invited from coming in. Anyway, that's enough about parties. So here's what you need to know. The Nigerian Communications Commission, a telecom regulator, told TechCabal in a statement that MTN systems were robust and they got on top of the situation quickly. Globacom wasn't so lucky. While the attack began as a simple DDoS, it was clear that the attackers gained access to Glo's domain name system, allowing them to cut off Glo from their emails and every work application connected to their emails. Think about it like this. The applications they used to make calls and receive calls for customer care, the applications they use to manage all human resource functions, and even talk internally. So starting from July 16, Globacom customers could not call Globacom. Customer care representatives could not pick up calls. And TechCabal tracked an increase in the number of complaints about these problems. But there's even something that's more worrying. Because the attackers had access to Glo's domain name system, it is possible and very probable that they also had access to a lot of customer data. It's unclear just how much. Globacom did not tell us, and no regulator was able to confirm just how much customer data, your data, is in the hands of unknown attackers. TechCabal reached out to Anonymous Sudan and asked if they were also responsible for the Globacom attack, but they denied it and simply only took responsibility for the MTN attack. It's been 5 months, and Glo has since fixed the situation, brought its email back up to speed, and is now communicating within its teams smoothly. But what we have seen here is a big company attempt to sweep over a very serious situation. Nigerian privacy laws and Nigeria data laws state first that where there are issues impacting delivery of service, that companies must speak to their regulators. And beyond this, that when customer data falls into the wrong hands, you, the customer, should know, and a regulator should know. So it boils down to these questions. Why did Globacom not tell any of its customers about such a big issue? While TechCabal could not independently verify this detail, at least 7 people told us that the attackers demanded a ransom from Globacom. Globacom refused to pay that ransom. As with when TechCabal tells stories like this, one of the questions we often get asked is, why do we tell these stories? I think a quote from a former Glo executive sums up this story and the severity of this incident perfectly. I'm going to read it to you. For 4 months, Globacom didn't know what happened, and they still don't know. Customer data that were exposed have not been recovered, so there are customers whose data might be sitting in the hands of hackers. Just how much data do the hackers have? Only Globacom can tell us that.